Welcome, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is Dee.
And we want to welcome you to Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, the broadcast. Want to welcome you on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend. At least it is beautiful here in Washington, D.C. Happy Memorial Day. That's it. Happy Memorial Day. We'll start with that. Actually, we're going to start with making sure you know that our marriage relationship repair series that we've been talking about for the last few weeks, it kicks off in earnest at full tomorrow night. No, Wednesday night.
Wednesday, June 1.
June 1.
And it's the next 5 Wednesdays in June.
Next 5
Wednesdays.
The 5 Wednesdays in June. Mm-hmm. If you want to get part of it and be part of it, you go to jollymarriage.com/events. jollymarriage.com/events. Many of you have been asking for more, and I need help with my marriage. I need help with my relationship. Something's not quite right. We need some mentorship. So jollymarriage.com.
And we're starting with meaningful communication.
All right. Now, for those who did the intro, that was the intro communication session, and the response for that was wonderful. Thank you, Greg and Linda, for joining us, and others who said, wow, that was a great session. So we are so grateful for all of those and that's a bonus session for those who join in on the full series. You get that as a bonus. How you like that? Can't beat that with a stick. All right, let's get going. We're going to talk about Memorial Day first. For those, hopefully you're all on my newsletter, because I sent out a Memorial Day message today. And
that said what?
Let me read it because I don't want to mess it up. Got a lot of responses from people who said they really enjoyed this message. So I'm grateful for that. Let me read what I sent out today. Every morning, Monday through Friday, I send out a 1-minute message to inspire, encourage, uplift, and empower people. And people around the world are saying how much it has helped them. Here's the message. No, I can't want. I have to. That's only the video. I got to find the script for that. You talk while I find the script. What are we talking about tonight?
Tonight we're talking about why not alternate being the head of household. And that was a question that was raised because we were at a wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
Your nephew got married.
My nephew got married.
And all the siblings, 7 siblings were there, their mother, and you. A very small wedding, a beautiful large reception at the Hamilton. And,
here it is. Let me see. It's another great day. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Today we celebrate Memorial Day, which many say is the unofficial start of summer. But the real meaning of Memorial Day is a day set aside to memorialize those Americans who have died in war. It was first called Decorations Day. And according to Professor David Blight from Yale University, one of the earliest ceremonies was held at the end of the Civil War by freed slaves in Charleston, South Carolina, for Union soldiers who had died in one of the last big battles of the Civil War. The freed slaves said they were grateful for those who had died in their stead so their children could have a better life and a better future. Many of those soldiers were former slaves. So today, as we celebrate Memorial Day, remember to celebrate the sacrifice of our ancestors who fought and strove for us to continue to be excellent, so you are able to have a better life, excuse me, a better life than they had. Have a safe and healthy Memorial Day. I do have to respond to one of these from our friend Bernard Demenchek, who is one of the great historical experts in America on slavery, on the
African-American Black history.
Right. And he's not African-American. He's a Caucasian friend. But he is the professor emeritus at George Washington University in Afro-American Studies. And here's what he wrote back to me. Thank you, Willie. Well said on this special day. In fact, those free and formerly enslaved Black people of Charleston actually started Memorial Day with their march around the racetrack with flowers in Charleston in honor of those killed and wounded for their freedoms. Again and again, we learned that black people's labor was not just the reason for America's KKK immersion and wealth. They were the instigators and protectors of American democracy for freedom, justice, and democracy. A good, meaningful, and safe Memorial Day to you and Dee. So he gave me some more insight about it. So that's great. Okay. Let's see who's joining in. People are joining in. Mary McCourt, thank you so much.
Why don't you just
love.
tell us from what
Eric Hylick.
Yeah,
the
part of the
Hylicks.
country you're from.
Yeah, where are you from? What part of the country? Sherry Elliott, thank you. Brother Terrence is here. I know he's from Baltimore. He's up in here tonight. Hope your mama's continuing to get better and better. And we want to welcome you. All right, let's talk about.
So we're going to be very efficient because there are a lot of programs.
We're going to be efficient.
And we're going to end on time because this is Memorial, the last day of Memorial of the weekend, and there are activities and the like on television.
Oh, are there?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know.
People might want to do that also. So we're going to be efficient. We're not going to be long-winded, Willie Jolley.
That's her new thing. She wants to try and to clamp me down. Willie Larkin is here. Hey, good to thank you, Willie Larkin, for saying a nice start to tonight's program. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for your introduction of us to your church in Wisconsin. They are using our book, and we want to recommend everybody follow Willie Larkin's lead and get it in your ministry, your church ministry of marriage. Also, June is the month when most people get married. I think of it as marriage month.
We got married in June.
You got married in June. And so what we recommend to give a gift for the married couple is a gift that will keep them married. Give them the bundle, the whole bundle. Just give it to them. And my nephew and my new niece, I gave them each a book to read on their honeymoon. I said, I autographed a book, said, this one is for you, this one is for you. Y'all read it, and let's get this marriage going in the right direction from the start. But we don't do a whole lot of divorcing, and I don't want y'all to be doing no divorcing. So
they had marriage counseling too, which was really good.
Yes, it was.
Marriage counseling. Okay, right. So the topic tonight.
Why
not alternate being head of the household?
Well, you gave a great answer. I'm not even going to delve into that because you gave such a great answer to one of my nieces, who is a very independent, very successful businesswoman, entrepreneur. And she came to Dee. We were sitting, waiting for the reception to start, having some sushi and some soft drinks.
We were sitting at the sushi bar.
Yeah. And
waiting for the bride and groom.
Yes.
To appear.
Yes.
And chatting and trying to catch up on 2 years worth of
not seeing each other for 2 years.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so we were chatting, and she raised the question because we were talking. Okay, my brother's now married, and she's the last one.
She's the last
of the 7.
Right.
Who's not married.
Right.
And she asked the question, well, what about, where's that one? And she specifically said, why not have the head of the household alternate between the husband and the wife? I didn't think about that for a minute. I said, And immediately flashed into my head was that she was raised in an evangelical household. So she probably didn't want to hear that the man is head of the household and the woman is the helpmate, right?
Yeah.
So probably didn't want to do this. I said, let me do an analogy.
Great analogy. Let me say a couple of things. Mark Downs, that was good. You're absolutely right, Mark Downs. He said he heard something today that might be profound for people. Don't say Happy Memorial Day. Instead, say honoring Memorial Day. Better solution. I think you're right, because we aren't happy about the people who got killed serving our country and making us free. Have free. You know, the old saying is that freedom is never free. Somebody had to sacrifice the ultimate sacrifice. So I think that's better. How would you say it then? Rather than say having honorable or honoring Memorial Day. See, because people say Happy Memorial Day. because most people don't know how it started anyway, or what it really means. So, but that's good.
I think the more you share that, the better.
Yeah, and Linda
so
got
maybe
married in
part
June.
of what you could do is when people talk about Memorial Day, you say, I'm honoring those who gave their
Well,
lives.
I gather that what you say, what
sacrifices.
you're doing, but how do you say to somebody else, have a good Memorial Day, have a happy Memorial Day,
A meaningful Memorial Day?
have a meaningful Memorial Day.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Mark. Mark wrote down. So, okay, let's talk about how head of household and how this question came to be, and then we're going to give you our perspectives about this. Go ahead. The shoe analogy was so good. She told me in the car. I said, "You got to share that on Monday night." It was really good.
Okay, so my shoe analogy. So, like I said, now was not the time to give her the biblical perspective about the man being the head of the household because she already grew up in a evangelical, very conservative household. So I thought, oh, that would be a waste of time.
Right.
And I thought to myself, so we both love shoes. And I said, well, how about this? Think about this. When we purchase a new pair of shoes, there's what we call a break-in period. And we ease into wearing them. In fact, I bought a new pair of shoes with a gift card that Dell, my other son, gave me for Mother's Day. So I have this new pair of shoes that I'm wearing to this wedding. And I have to, and they're obviously not broken in. This is the first time I've had them on. So you slowly put your feet into the shoe, right? And the more comfortable you get, your feet make the impression in the leather of the shoe. So it begins to hug your feet and get comfortable, assuming that you got the right size and all the other kind of stuff. That's what we're saying, right?
Yes.
And when you get that the feeling that it slips on and it fits fine, and you wear it and you strut around in the shoe because it works well.
Yeah.
But then your spouse taps you on the shoulder. Let's say it's not a heel because either party can wear it, right?
Okay.
And then they say, okay, I'm ready to wear the shoe. Now the shoe already has the imprint of the first mate to put it on their feet and they got comfortable and everything. And now you or the other spouse puts the shoe on.
Yes.
And it doesn't fit because the shoe was made to fit or adjusted to the original wearer. Bunions, corns, everything about the feet, the shoe fit nicely. So now you have this new pair of feet that are trying to fit into these shoes and it's uncomfortable. It hurts, you're limping around and you have to ask yourself, why am I forcing myself to fit into a shoe that was really not designed for my foot? So why are we doing it? And then are we doing it because we feel devalued if we're not in charge? And that's more of a Western perspective because people, get their shorts all twisted when we start talking about head of household and the Christian perspective about it. We really do get our shorts underwear all twisted up. But I read also, because of course I got to do research about everything, there are a couple of different perspectives, biblical or theological perspectives, as to how to look at this relationship of head of household. And I had never even heard of that. One is the Christian egalitarianism. How about that for a big word?
That's a big word.
And the other one is complementarianism. Egalitarianism and complementarianism. Okay, so we're looking at, well, why can't we just switch roles? You be head sometime, I be head sometime. So, okay. So, a biblically based says that the gender is evident, right? That the gender is there, but that really doesn't impact the role that you play. Okay, in the sense that does not imply that your roles are identical. They could be or they could not be. That even though male and female, you can have similar roles.
Okay.
And they gave examples like of the United Methodist Church. They gave examples, United Methodist Church, the Quakers, where the woman could be the lead, could be the pastor. That's an ongoing issue, right? So that's basically things being equal. Okay, you're male and female, but your roles can change depending upon what the need is. Isn't that interesting?
I think it's very interesting. Now, I want to. Can I get my part now yet, or are you still want to?
No, you can go ahead, and I'll come back to complementarianism.
No, go ahead. You're finished.
Okay. Complementarianism, on the other hand, is the belief that men were created to be the head, period. And that women are in a helpmeet, in a supportive role. And I really don't want to say helpmeet, because I see helpmate as different. I'll get to that later. But the man is the head and the woman is subordinate. That's complementarianism. All
right, so let me.
So we would tend to fall into the category of egalitarianism.
Absolutely. Now, Willie Lonkenkamp said a couple of things for those who are looking on or joining. I'll get to Terrence in a minute. He said it depends on skill sets. Some people are just not skilled in. Like he said, just not skilled in certain areas of business, and it takes continuous improvement. It must be part of a successful marriage. Our world is constantly changing, and requires us demanding upgrades in our skills. And then one more thing he said I thought was good: the end game, which is what I want to get to, should be the win for the family, regardless of who gets the credit. Terrence, of course, has something. He said, defining head of household. She pay and do the taxes. Now, let me give my point of this. When we got married, I told Dee, I said, you're smart, really smart. Sherry Ellery says she loves your hair.
Thank you.
All right. But
I don't have my reading glasses, so I can't see.
All right. So I said to Dee, my mama told my brother and I a valuable piece of wisdom. She said, do not marry a dumb woman. Marry somebody smarter than you. And both of us took her counsel and did just as she had recommended. So when we got married, I made a decision to have a conversation with my new bride. And I said this: look, I know you're smarter than me. I get that. Here's what I ask. Just let me think I'm in charge. Just let me think I'm in charge. You can run everything. Like her mama ran everything. Her mama ran the house, but she made her father feel like the head of the household all the time, even though she ran everything. She'd say, Woovers, his name was Rivers. She called him Woovers. Rivers, I need you to do such. And he would do it. Now, he was a preacher. He was a pastor. He was the owner of the business. He ran all of these businesses. He was the head of the household. But when she spoke, he listened because he trusted her counsel, just like I trust my wife's counsel. So when I'll give you a great example. Great example. This is a great one. About a week ago, my wife, who's a financial genius, okay, she's genius. She's on top of all of our finances. She handles all the finances. She came in my office and said, we need to get rid of Zelle right now. Right now. I said, what? Get rid of Zelle? Get it off our account. She said, we need to do it right now because I am doing research and I have found out that it is not secure. We need to get rid of it. I said, you must be dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Look, Zelle was started by the banks.
The
seven largest banks. It's secure as can be, yada, yada, yada. But she said, no, we need to do that. Well, now what am I going to do here? I said, do I fight this or do I buy it? I said, you know what? If you feel we got to get rid of them, let's get rid of it. And we can turn it on and turn it off if we ever need it. Okay, fine. We called the bank. They say you can turn it on and turn it off if you need it. Okay, we turn it off.
Then we ask some questions because you You were not convinced.
I wasn't convinced by a long shot.
Persuaded
I listened to your counsel. Now let's keep going. Keep going. We go to the wedding. Saturday. One of my nephews is married to a bank compliance officer.
Well, director, really.
Director of compliance.
She manages compliance
on the whole region.
For the United States. She works for a credit union.
And Dee says, "What about Zelle?" She said, "Oh no, don't get rid of Zelle because it's insecure, not secure, and it's not safe.
And they don't give you your money back if your accounts are compromised." But here's the thing.
Don't go down the rabbit hole. You're about to go down the rabbit hole about finance. So that's not the point of this story. Is that I listened to my wife's counsel because that's her area of expertise and genius. I would be foolish to say, well, I'm the head of the household and I make all of the decisions because just let me think I'm in charge. You run everything. And let me tell you, for going on 37 years, it's working. All right. Y'all, by the way, our anniversary is the 28th of June. Y'all can send us all sorts of goodies and gifts, and I take everything. All right. So let's see. Mike Perez said, what corporate or government organization has the head person interchange every once in a while? The difference is leadership. You're right on. And again, Mike, it goes back to the concept I just talked about, is the fact that I trust her. One more point. This is very important because I've shared this with a number of couples over the years. When I said to her, just let me think I'm head of the household. But I was one more caveat. I want and I need you to give me veto power. Now, what does that mean? And we write about it in the book, folks, How to Break a Stalemate. If I want to go left, she want to go right. I really want to go left. She really want to go to right. I mean, it's real strong, intense. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go right because I trust her value. I trust her insight. And I trust that she's going to give me the best counsel she's going to get. She's my trusted advisor. Like my mom and daddy. When you use this analogy, my daddy used to be driving down the street. My mama would be in the passenger seat. He said, can I get over? Now, this is when you had the Chevy 1957, 58 Chevy, had a rear view mirror on this side, on the driver's side, and a rear view mirror up here, but nothing on the outside. They didn't have them then. And so he would say, can I get over? We were riding down the highway. She rolled that window down. Y'all don't remember that. Some of y'all don't know about rolling down the window. She stick her head out the window and she said yes or no. If she said yes, he would get over. If she said no, he wouldn't, because she was his trusted advisor. That's how I look at Dee. So we say that we're going down the road. She want to go left. I want to go right. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go the way she wants to go because I trust her counsel. Now,
let me just add, I want to say that when you say you trust me, that is something that I have earned. It's not that I just say, we should do everything, as you can tell from those who join in. I have done research. Mm-hmm. I've looked the pros and cons, and I know that you don't have time to cover all of the other, what I call back office issues. As you're chopping down the trees, trying to make stuff happen on the front end, my role is to make sure that what comes in stays in and that is multiplied.
Okay.
So when I come to you with something,
but
that
you're going down another road.
Okay.
So I say you want to go that way, we're gonna go that way. Now, I told her to give me veto power. So we really have not made a decision. Who's gonna break the tie? I said you must give me the power to break that tie. And I've only used veto power in our marriage a few times, and it always dealt with the kids. Always dealt with something with the kids, and particularly with my daughter. And I said, we got to do this. And she might say, well, we got to do this. So what I'm saying here, and Willie Logan said, best car ever, the 57 Chevy. And Mike Perez says, responsibility can be shared, authority cannot. So that's an interesting thought. But and then Terrence says, let's see, it's about trust. Someone should ask me, should we trust anyone? That's a good question. If you can find one person in your life that you can trust, it's a miracle. I trust her. I trust my wife, but I also trust my son. All right, I trust my son because I've poured into him over the last 36 years, and so I trust him. Now, does he always make the right choices? No, but I trust that he's going to make the choice that's the godly choice, the best godly choice he can make. And we're none of us going to make the right choice all the time. But if you're going to make the right choice on your merit of your morals and your principles, then you're in the right ballpark. So I trust my wife. I trust my son. I trust them implicitly. And I trust my assistant with my business because she has shown what Dee said. She has proven over time that I can. Now, let's go for it. We got 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. Look again.
Okay, so what do you believe?
What do you believe?
So now we're down to, okay, can you have alternating heads of household?
I think not.
Okay.
I think not.
So
I think what you got to
believe?
do what we did. All right, we got to do what we did. You've got to understand that when the time comes to break that tie, you can't have this wishy-washy, flipping, flopping, it can't.
And you have to be prepared before it happens.
One more point. Prepare before it happens. When I used that veto power, those few times in our marriage, soon as I said, this is the way we got to go, my wife said, let's go.
Well, you have to be all in.
We were all in.
She was all in.
It wasn't no, and if I had made the wrong decision, she did not ever say, I told you so. Okay?
No point.
No need. This is what we all in. That's one of the reasons why we're saying, I believe I'm the head of the household, but she runs everything. Or as you told my niece, the head and the neck. The head can't move without the neck. All right.
So you have to figure out how to do this together. And it is better together. Let me just say quickly, after I did my research about egalitarianism versus what is that other word? Complementarianism. Which meant the man is the head.
I don't think it should be just. And I think that's important. Some churches teach no matter what, the man should be the head of the household and run everything.
So of course I've been reading about this. So what do I believe? So I believe that Adam was the original head of the household.
Okay. All right.
So what happened? So even though Eve ate the apple, caused the fall, who did God hold accountable?
Adam. As the head of the household.
As the head of the household.
And so, folks, our time is up. This is one of those ones we wish we had more time because this is going deeper. Because one of the things I think is, some men say, well, I'll run everything. And they might not be good with the finances. She's smarter at finances than me. She does all the research. She knows all the taxes. She knows, look, if it wasn't for her, I'd be giving y'all this message with an orange suit on. I'd be in jail. I'd have a prison ministry. So that's a giftedness I know she had. She's organized. And these are things I am not. So we complement each other.
But you have a talent.
And I say to her, 9 times out of 10, she want to go right. I trust her. And even though you could put me in the head, she's running everything, just like her mama ran everything. That's what a wise person does. And that's what we want to get to you. Wisdom. My doctor and I rode bikes today. He said, and I was telling some of the conversation I've been having with different couples who we've been counseling and coaching with. Not counseling, coaching with, because we don't do counseling, we do coaching. And he said, Willie, that's wisdom. That's wisdom. You got wisdom. Because I told him some of the answers I've been giving people. So thank you, Alvin Kennedy Coleman, my man. He said, preach, teach. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, everybody who's been joining. Mike Perez, all the people joining. We're just grateful. Look,
meaningful Memorial Day. Thankful. And I'm thankful and grateful for the sacrifices that our forefathers made.
Yes, absolutely. And we will honor the sacrifices of those people. So an honoring Memorial Day, a day we honor. Now, we got to do one more thing. This is our commercial. We want everybody, if you have not joined up for our 5-part series during the month of June, the relationship repair series, and where we've also talked about the biggest mistakes people make in marriage.
That's a bonus
and how to
session
fix them.
That will be given to those people.
And so many people said that one was worth the whole series.
And Wednesday.
Every Wednesday
from 7 to 8:30.
From 7 o'clock to 8:30. You want to register, go to jollymarriage.com/events. jollymarriage.com/events. It's, how much is it? I can't remember, but it's amazing low price for a seminar. So get involved. And thank you. And yes, Willie and Dee is great. Absolutely, she is brilliant.
Thank you.
And so thank y'all. Have a great day. The rest of your Memorial Day. Be blessed.
And we'll see you Monday.
And we'll see.
And some of you will see you Wednesday.
Wednesday night. We want to see a lot of them because we want more people to register and get involved
and
get there, and where they can get a deep dive and we don't have to be cut off after half hour.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, got to go out on our music. Hey, Alvin Coleman, you're going to love this. This is my song, Close to You, that I recorded. Paul Miner, Al Johnson, all of our buddies who were in the studio with us helped me to produce this. Here we go. Hey, God bless y'all. Bye.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.